Time for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
The average American knows if they're in for a bad day by 8:36 a.m.
That's crazy.
That's funny. That's probably because they did something the day before. And they wake up going, I know it's going to get me today. The poll of 2,000 Americans also found the average person endures 4 bad days per month, totaling a staggering 48 bad days a year.
Dang.
Perhaps most striking is the revelation that 26% of respondents say when something goes awry early in the morning, the day seems completely lost. Now, I can understand if you're late and you can't quite ever catch up with your day. That's a thing. You kind of freak out like, oh, God, nothing's ever on time again. And you're a little discombobulated because you put on the wrong clothes anyway. You wake up in the morning, the alarms are running, you think you never wake up on time. By the time you give it a look.
Oh, boy.
Is that Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
'Cause it's all right. Mornings also appear to be critical. The top 5 morning mishaps. Number 1, waking up feeling sick. That's what ruins your day. Number 2, sleeping poorly. Number 3, waking up with a headache. Number 4, losing keys. Oh, keys are phone.
Terrible.
That's the worst.
Keys are phone. Because it's so stupid. And it's on me. And you know what? It's probably in the refrigerator. Let's be honest. And then number 5, forgetting your phone at home once you get to work. So all that's from study finds. Children who don't get enough sleep are more likely to get hooked on drugs.
Oh, my.
Great.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Made a big jump there.
Well, see, that ruined my day.
That's a big, yes, massive jump. Children, according to the New York Post, who don't get enough sleep are in greater danger of getting hooked on drink or drugs, according to new research. Teenagers are more likely to have tried alcohol or cannabis by age 15 if they go to bed later and slept fewer hours during childhood. A good night's sleep is essential for a youngster's health and development, but sleep patterns may also be linked to future substance abuse. Senior study author, a professor at Penn State, said the study suggests there might be some critical ages when sleep can be a target for intervention. If we improve sleep, and then it goes on. And I would say generally, if you improve sleep and water, everything tends to get a little better.
Yeah, you make better decisions.
But we tend to ignore those first because we always feel like there's unlimited sleep. We can catch up later, or we can drink a lot of water later.
Yeah. But what about you, though? You didn't get a lot of sleep when you were
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I slept 5 nights.
And you don't drink?
Shut
You
up!
do
I'm kidding.
drugs?
That's what I feel like.
Wow,
I know. I had slept 5 nights, man. It's killing me. I would like to do drugs and drink, though.
Stop.
If it makes a difference. But I have not yet. Yeah, that's true. Ever. Gold bar is now worth $1 million. Oh. You're telling me, remember at Costco and they were selling them for $2,000? Now they're worth $1 million?
What?
No, that was just a piece of gold. That's what I thought when I saw the story. Because was it Costco or Sam's Club?
Costco.
Yeah, Costco.
You go and buy for like $2,000 a piece of gold. And I was like, those things are already $1 million? But no, that's just a piece. But the price of a gold bar is now worth $1 million for the first time thanks to these soaring prices in precious metals. The price of spot gold reached more than $2,500 per troy ounce, hitting a record high. The bar that you can buy now at Costco is a 1-ounce gold bar, and you can buy that. Man, I guess they're sold out, huh, Mike? Wow.
Yeah, I think we were all going to try to get one.
No, we said it, but that's like the rest of the stuff we do on the
Sure.
show. We just say stuff and never follow through. We were like all going to put our money in.
Well, we should have.
We'd have $1 million
Should have
now.
got it.
We got that pallet instead.
A troy ounce is 27. We don't say that word.
Eddie,
Just
why
saying.
We don't say that word.
He's trying to provoke something right now.
Yeah. I stopped in my tracks on that one.
I know. Bobby stopped. He never stops mid-sentence, and he did.
I like that word. A gold bar is about 27 pounds. Is that true?
Whoa. And you can buy only an ounce at Costco?
Yeah, but I mean, a full gold bar, that's what's worth $1 million. It's a 27-pound piece of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
That's crazy.
Big.
That needs to be chopped up in a chest. So there you go. But yesterday, crime's down, gold's,
Good stuff, man.
things are shaping up. There's something called sidewalk rage. If you ever get trapped behind a slow walker, and some people are so rageful that they get sidewalk rage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a deeper issue there. Like, you need to work through some things in life if you're getting rage from someone walking slow in front of you.
Or
Oh, it's very frustrating.
get more sleep.
That's the key.
That could be one of the
Always.
keys. The same feeling can escalate through road rage, or they talk about the rages that people have. Like they say it makes people want to act upon with violence.
This is
crazy.
walk rage is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Sidewalk rage, yeah.
My family is 6 of us, right? So we always make people mad because they just spread and cover the whole sidewalk, and no one can ever pass them. And I have to be like, guys, let them through, let them through.
Your family, meaning
My wife and kids.
all 6 of you.
All of us.
So you guys spread over the sidewalk.
Yes, every time. And there are people behind us trying to get through, and I'm like, guys, you have to let them get through.
And you know what it's like to have road rage, so you're looking out.
Correct. So now I'm a sidewalk vigilante.
Institute for Frontier Areas of Psychology and Mental Health with that story. The oldest person in the world, Maria Branius Madea, dies at 117.
That's old.
Man.
U.S. born, by the way.
Wow.
Usually they're from crazy far off countries and we can't prove it. And I'm always like, are we sure? But nope, she's 117. 117 and 168 days, making her the 8th oldest person in verifiable history, meaning there have only been 7 older people than her ever.
Wow.
Number 1 alive. Well, that's not a title you really want. Number 1 oldest alive, because people
That's
are
it.
watching
Did she
you.
die?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died.
How did she die?
Old
Well,
age.
yeah. Natural causes.
Okay, just checking.
However she died, it was because of old age, regardless. So, yeah, and Sam's Club is now offering $20 memberships. If you've always wanted a Sam's Club membership, now is the time. This is not a commercial. I've never been a member at Costco. Very briefly in college, I was a member at Sam's Club, and I thought I was such a baller.
Oh, yeah.
Because they put my face on the card, that picture, and it's not like a real picture. It's like a black and white, like scan picture of
Yeah.
like one of those
Awesome.
is awesome. I just remember walking in there being like unlimited mustard.
I'm a member here.
Yeah, so that's happening too. So there you go. That's the news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Elf Beauty is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, the first ever audio network completely dedicated to women's sports. Which, by the way, I'll tell you this. I was on the air saying I will donate to whatever charity if anybody knows Caitlin Clark, and I can go and take some shooting lessons from Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan. We found a way.
Okay. What are the details?
Well, we had a guy who works for the NBA named Joey G. He's an executive for the NBA. He just took a job with the Fever, and we didn't know this in the Pacers. And he's like, yeah, come on up.
So Joey G heard you say it?
No, we were interviewing Joey G about his time with
Oh.
you on 25 Whistles.
Oh.
The last episode.
Okay.
And we were like, and he goes, yeah, I'm moving to Indiana to go work with Pacers and Fever. And I'm like, wait, what? So we're working it.
So you're in.
I'm all in on women's sports.
Okay.
Also, Sarah Spain is the host of Good Game with Sarah Spain, which is a really good podcast on women's sports. Elf is the exclusive skin and cosmetic partner at the Billie Jean King Cup, the first annual global sporting competition named after a woman, bringing a strong message of empowerment to the event. They had a big announcement for this network. It was the most awkward I think I've ever been, and that says something. And we were at this big announcement, and they were like, we want you to get on stage during the announcement, because I have a somewhat substantial role here at the company when it comes to sports and sports programming. And I'm like, I don't know. We're announcing a women's network. I don't think I should get up there. And they're like, yeah, but you're the one who negotiated the Women of iHeart Country show on your contract. Like, you own that show, and you've been a big advocate for women through radio or touring or whatever. Get up with the rest as we announce this women's sports network. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be the only dude.
Where was this?
It was at a big ceremony with all these fancy people and drinks that the company had me fly out to.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't really feel like that's probably the best move. They're like, no, we believe in it. We believe in you. I don't argue more than twice. And I get up there. I'm the only dude on stage. It's like 11 women and me. And they're like, cheers to women. And I'm like, women.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And then in the crowd, it's like, there's like 2 dudes and 500. It was just, I'm happy to be a part of it.
Sure.
I just didn't feel like I should have been up on stage at that time. And then they had me speak. They're like, say a few things. You know what I led with? Hey, everybody, I'd like to say, first of all, you're not wrong. I have a penis.
You said that.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Because everybody was wondering, why am I on the stage?
At the fancy announcement with
Yeah.
fancy drinks?
Yeah, yeah.
Fancy people?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
said, hey,
everybody, I know what you're thinking, and it's true. I have a penis. Because it was just like, what's the dude doing up there?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, really crushed. Yeah. Anyway, big shout out to Elf. Big shout out to Billie Jean King Cup, the World Cup of Tennis. The finals are confirmed for November in Spain. Boom, there you go. We want women, if they want to be a part of sports, to be a part of sports. I mean, by the age of 14, girls drop out of sports at 2 times the rate of boys, sometimes because there just aren't enough options for them, or there's not enough encouragement. So that's why I stand on that stage.
Good job, man.
I never want to get on the stage again. I'm happy being strong from behind. All right, thank you. I want to play this song. This is Drew Parker. He's written Homemade for Jaco and songs for Luke Combs. This song's called Love the Leavin'. Massive fan of this guy, massive fan of this song. Bobby Bones Show. I feel very fortunate that before Kenny Rogers died, I had a very brief relationship with him as far as he knew who I was, and I thought it was super cool. And here and there, we'd see each other and talk. And it was Kenny Rogers. And I grew up, my grandma, who raised me, was a massive Kenny Rogers fan. And it was just super cool to have a guitar that Kenny Rogers signed, and it's hanging up in my house. Like, loved Kenny Rogers, obviously from hearing the old classics, but just because my grandma loved him, I loved him. And again, he would have been 86 today. It's his birthday. He died back in 2020 at 81. And so I pulled some clips of the interviews that we were able to do with him. And this is one where he talked about Dolly Parton and how he could only reach out to her by fax machine.
I don't know Dolly's phone number. Dolly faxes. She doesn't email. She'll send me something in a fax. And I say, Dolly, nobody faxes anymore. And so I sent her, I said, I just want you to know, I think you really sang great on Old Friends, and I'm very proud of that. And I said, I would have called you and told you this, or I would have emailed you and told you, but I don't know how to reach you. And she sent me back a fax that said, it got to me and thanks for your comments.
So that's hilarious. He talked about why the 60s were his favorite decade as far as decades in his career.
You know, the 60s was fun because it was the 60s, you know, and just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Was kind of a trendsetter for songs. And I loved the spirit of the music in the 60s. And, I'd been with the New Christian Minstrels, and I'd learned to sing folk songs that had social comment. And that's where I think what developed my desire as a contemporary artist to do songs like Reuben James about a black man who raised a white child. Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town was about a Vietnam War vet who came home. Coward of the County is about a rape. That period has a totally different complexion.
Crazy thing about Kenny was he was what people now hate on people for doing. Like, he was a pop star in rock, and he came over to country. And now people hate on people all the time for doing that until they don't anymore. But it's always met with some reluctance. But back in the day, like, What Condition My Condition was in that song. Here you go. Here's Kenny. Back in First Edition was the name of the band. Here we go.
On a jagged sky,
Kenny Rogers.
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
That's Kenny Rogers. Before he came to country, like with pop star. Here's Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town.
Don't take your love to town.
Yes.
I asked him, like, what if TMZ would have existed back in the 60s? And he talked about the rumor about him and Dolly Parton.
Everybody swore that Dolly and I were having an affair, and it's not true. We just flirted with each other for 30 years, you know, and I think that's where the chemistry came from. But, I mean, there were some photographic availabilities during the 60s, I'll say that. But not anybody that anyone would know. You know, that's never been my deal.
You ever in love with Dolly?
Oh, that's the next clip. Here you go.
I've always been in love with Dolly in a very safe place, you know, and I think she feels that it's hard to really know her and not love her because, you know, she's the most unpretentious person I've ever met. I've said it before, and I'm not sure she likes it when I say this. She has no filter. If it goes through her mind, it comes out her mouth. And she can say things to people no one else can say, and somehow it's a compliment.
So Kenny Rogers' birthday would have been today. Would have been 86 years old, died 5 years ago. We asked, like, what's the most requested song, Kenny, that people ask? And it's The Gambler.
Oh, I think that hands down The Gambler. I think it, you know, because I think there's so many, we did 5 movies of the week, and I think there's such a image captured with that, and it's such an easy song to sing, and I think everybody loves the philosophy. You know, Don Schlitz is not a gambler, nor am I. I found out a long time ago. I can't win enough to excite me, but I can lose enough to depress me. So I just stay away from it. But that song is by far the most requested.
Happy birthday, Kenny. Wish you're still here, buddy. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. We'll play it now. Bobby Bones Show. In just a second, they found a skull on a beach in California, which is weird. And I think I would freak out. And also how a pair of scissors shut down an airport. You guys hear about this one?
No.
The whole airport?
Flight, tons of flights. So these two stories and your calls, if you guys want to get in, you can. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number. 877-77-BOBBY. In California, they called the cops because they found a human skull on the beach in Long Beach. And so I would immediately think drug deal gone bad.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody taken out, washed ashore. No, it's a prop. It's a prop. It wasn't a real human skull.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
Police were called to the California beach where the lifeguards discovered a human skull. Other people discovered the skull. They call the cops, and they get there. And, of course, they have everything shut down and yellow tape. And then one person has to eventually go, it's not real, guys. Plastic skull. So social media was going crazy because of the head.
Yeah.
It was because that beach is part of a neighborhood. But I'm telling you, the skull looked like a Halloween.
Yeah.
It was so perfect because everything was. It looked like one of those skulls that dance
Skeleton.
with a top hat on,
Yeah.
like skeleton. But they, I get it. I would call the cops too. There was another story about at an airport, 36 flights were canceled, 201 were delayed because a pair of scissors went missing in a store near the gates.
Oh, no.
So I've bought food. I bought food at the airport. I have to fly a lot for the job, and I'll go and I'll get like the vegetable, and I can't get the plastic off of it. And I'll go, do you guys have any scissors? And they're like, nope, we can't have scissors back here. And I'm like, oh, good point, because then you could hijack something.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, how about a razor blade? They're like, no, can't have any of
Same
that.
thing.
Yes. So, but at this point, you can't have them. But why would they have them? So they had them back at the store. They went missing, and they're like, can't shut everything down.
Oh.
Authorities were desperately trying to find the scissors. Passengers were forced to go back through security again. Flights resumed. They didn't find the scissors. So they're like, I guess nobody stole them with the intent to go up in a plane, but they didn't find them. The next day, they found them in the same store that they went missing from.
Oh.
No, it's like when I lose something.
Guys, triple check
I
everything.
just go right back to where I probably lost them, but I've looked 4 times and it's right there. I just didn't see it.
Well, that's frustrating.
It
It's
seems
so
a little-
frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Little extreme.
It is until someone takes the scissors and
Yeah.
takes it down in an airplane. Although if it's just scissors, I'm probably jumping in. Whack, whack,
I was like, I don't think they can get in the cockpit with scissors.
whack, whack, whack.
What, they can like stab you in the neck.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Scissors can definitely do some stabbing.
Yeah, you go up to the flight attendant, you put it on their
Well,
neck.
let's not go into detail
Okay.
about exactly what your dream is
Stop.
here. All right. Shabuzi, a bar song. Bobby Bones Show. Let's go to the phones. This is Caroline in Chicago. Hey, Caroline, you're on the show. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, show. I think I said that wrong.
Well, if you said morning studio, we would all yell back in unison.
Morning studio.
Yeah, so let's try again.
Morning studio.
Morning.
So I work for a catering company. Actually, it's a pretty popular barbecue sauce. Sweet Baby Ray.
Oh, I know that.
Oh,
one.
that's good.
That's
Yeah.
really good stuff. Well, we'll take some free. Go ahead.
I wish. No, I work for their catering company in Illinois. They do really nice weddings, plated dinners, and all that. And I've been 3 seasons with them. So primarily like March through Christmas sometimes. Every single March season, which I know you guys know what's going on in March
Basketball.
and fall.
Football.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least one table is watching a game.
Yeah, and I
Every
think
wedding. So the guy that's going to the wedding, he can watch it. He can be fine. Put his earbud in. No one's going to say anything.
it's not no one,
risky.
it's the wife, right? Or the husband, depending on the situation. Earlier in the anonymous inbox, it was like, hey, I have to go to this wedding, and it's a big weekend for my team. What do I do? I told a story about how I messed up once. I feel like I messed up. And I was going to a wedding by myself, and I watched the Arkansas-Alabama game the whole wedding. And I wish I wouldn't have. That was very insensitive, very selfish of me. We also lost, and that sucked. Maybe I'd have felt different if we won.
Sure.
But that you'll be okay. As a diehard college football fan, you'll be okay to miss and also at the reception, different rules. At the reception, you can watch after the initial, here they are. Then you can do whatever you want because everybody's dancing and crap anyway.
No, you can't watch during the ceremony.
No, you can't listen. No. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but you're going to be okay missing a game. You can always record it. I never record sports, though. I'll just miss it. Because I know if I record it and I'm trying to go home and watch it, I'm going to catch it somewhere. Because if I care enough about it, I follow so many accounts that talk about it. Obviously, Arkansas Sports is 93 accounts I follow.
Well, can't you just not get on socials?
How would I not get on socials?
Just don't get on socials.
Yeah, on your phone, you
The
don't.
hard
don't-
part about that
no.
is I don't know how to not get on socials.
Like,
Don't
what do
click
you
on them.
like?
Why would I
How do you
have a
do that,
phone?
Amy?
Why even have a phone then? But even
You're
text,
crazy.
I can't look at text
Oh.
because everybody be blowing me up.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Yeah, you can watch part of the game, but sometimes you just gotta suck it up. There's a guy, he got put in the hospital. They were fighting over the jukebox music. Dude, like,
There's still jukeboxes?
yeah, those magic touch
Yeah.
tones. They're all over.
Wow.
In bars, Waffle Houses.
Oh, I've seen those. I've
Yeah.
seen those. Yeah.
So a man was hospitalized with a broken jaw in Providence early Tuesday morning from Go Local Prov News. According to police, the victim said he had been dragged out of a bar and beaten up over a song selection.
Dang, what was the song?
Yeah,
The
what-
victim,
what-
a male in his 40s, told police that he had been at Deadbeats Bar on Knight Street. 3 men started a fight with him over a song he selected. The men, white males in their 30s, dragged him outside and started beating him up. They didn't ever talk about the song. I'm imagining it's not a single song. It's something hilarious. Like Mbop played 27 times in a row.
Okay.
And then you find out who did that as the joke, and then you beat him up. Because that one song is probably not going to trigger me and my 2 buddies to go whoop somebody.
That's funny though. Like playing Barbie Girl over and over.
Well, also, is playing
Hilarious.
Barbie Girl over and over going to trigger you to beat somebody up?
Maybe.
No, but I can see dudes who hang out at Deadbeats
Deadbeat.
getting 2 of their buddies and whooping somebody's butt for playing Barbie Girl over and over.
You had a few drinks and like, okay, one more time.
One more time, we're gonna.
Yeah, stop. Whoever's playing that song, stop. You do it again, I'm gonna take you outside.
Or
and then you think, bah.
You don't go up and do it every time. You pay for it, and you put in a 20, and you.
Oh, you can do
program
20
every-
plays.
That's what
Barbie
you
Girl.
do. Yeah. So shout out. I don't really know who to shout out to, but
Well, the guy that's
kind of
in the
funny.
This is a funny
hospital,
joke,
like,
man.
Hope he's okay.
It's funny till you get your jaw broken at Deadbeats. You know what I mean?